So that is full time.
Checking them down. Thanks, mate.
12-time champions in Super Rugby, or Super Rugby Pacific, 2-time champions in Super Rugby Aotearoa. And it is third time lucky against the Drua on Fiji soil. And it keeps the Crusaders' playoff hopes well and truly alive. They remain at the top end of the table. They led by 17-0 at halftime. And full-time, the Crusaders have beaten the Fijian Drua by 31 points to 14.
Full-time here at APF Park. And it is a truly dominant performance from the home side. Western Force 52, Fijian Drua 15.
Don't get upset about people being critical. If the time to worry is when they don't say anything because they don't care.
Thank you, man. Just before we begin our interview, can you just clap once?
I think I've noticed something about Fiji, is that they tend to judge all of their teams, Flying Fijians, Fijiana, Sevens, men's and women's, the Drua, on their, and even some of the provincial teams, and some of the schools too. Yeah. You're judged almost by your high watermark. What's the best you've ever done? And then anything below that is seen as, let's say, a disappointment. And that just isn't the way sport works. It just isn't. You know, nobody stays at the top forever.
Let the crowd tell the story yet again.
And then, so in that fourth season, when actually having played very well the first 5 games, but not getting the results, and again, that's sport. Sometimes you can play not very well and win. Other times you can play pretty well and not quite get there.
Andre, good sharp ball, short side. Look out, here come the Drua again. Infield, Carollevu! Oh! Carollevu, the lights them up.
Because the margins can be very slim. I just felt at the time that we were overreacting. I felt the whole country was overreacting, and I picked up some stuff around the place, not just in the playing group, but that I felt if we're not careful here, we're going to start not panicking, but probably not make some poor decisions. And so I felt it was really important to put things into context and say, look, this is sport. You go up, you go down. You have good years, you have bad years. Our job is to make sure we have far more good years than bad years, but it's totally unrealistic to say you're never going to have them. So let's just take a breath. You'll probably remember all this. You know, not overreact. Try and concentrate on the process, and we'll come through because we're good. You know, we're a good club. We've got good people. We're doing the right things. Sometimes you just got to wait. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, I know. But if the tight ones had gone the other way, like they did in years 2 and 3, we'd have had exactly the same results. You know, that game in Napier when we played really, really well.
Armstrong Ravula gets it back on the inside now. Salah. Oh boy, that's a try.
That game in Sydney when we played really, really well. That game, the game we should have beaten the Brumbies at home. You know, you win those 3, everyone tells you you're a world beater. You lose those 3, everyone tells you the worst thing that's ever happened. The fact is you're neither. Right? You're neither the best team in the world nor a bunch of deadbeats. And you just, when you're leading the whole organisation, you've got to try and keep people you've got to try and help people keep things in perspective and remain balanced and remain doing the right thing. Sports people talk about it a lot, and it's the same in running a sports business. A lot of it is about process. Control the controllables, focus on the process, do what you know is the right thing. Don't start taking unnecessary risks. Don't just start trying to back your hunch. If it was the right thing to do 2 months ago, it's probably still the right thing to be doing now. And, you know, yeah. Partly, I'd always been fascinated by Pacific rugby. And its importance here in not just in Fiji but within the Pacific Islands, to which I'd sort of include New Zealand as well, if I'm honest. So I was very curious to come and see what it was really like. And once I got here, the reason I decided to stay was, or once I'd had a look around and decided to stay, I was much more convinced that it was doable. It could be done. It was not an impossible dream. It would be tricky, and it wouldn't be like a lot of other places, and you'd have to find Fiji answers to Fijian problems. But I just felt it could be done.
Get it out to Ratubu. Not there, but now they are on the outside. And there's the...
It has been the most joyful and interesting and lively nearly 3.5 years, and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I will always feel very connected to the Drua and to the country, I think. To be honest, I've enjoyed the country as well. I've travelled around a fair bit, and it's been a privilege to actually live somewhere so different to where I'm from, I suppose. So, yeah, I leave with many really good memories and a great deal of fondness. I started playing when I was 9 years old. I went to a primary school in Cardiff, in the inner city, near the city centre, right in the middle of it, called St Peter's, which was a Catholic school. And I say I'm a St Peter's boy. I went to St Peter's school, I went to St Peter's church, and I played for St Peter's Rugby Club. Right? And our nickname was, and is still to this day, the Rocks, based on the biblical, you are the rock on which I build my church. And I loved it from the minute I started playing it at 9 years old, and it was very competitive. We had an under-11 city league in those days with 3 divisions. I think Cardiff then had something like 20 rugby clubs. St Peter's was one of 20 in one city. of 250,000 at the time. And I just adored it. I liked football too, and I loved cricket, and I was probably better at cricket. Went to university, I went away to university, kept playing, and then I moved to London. I went to Bristol for a bit to do another degree, and then I went to London. And this is pure luck. This is pure luck. Your whole life changes, purely luck. I'm in North London with a friend from Cardiff, and he's working in business, and I'm teaching. And we've just in our first year out of uni, and we didn't play at all. He was a rugby player too. Of course he was from Cardiff. We all played rugby. And we sort of went, well, you know, after a few months settling in and getting used to the big city, you know, you go, well, we've got to start playing again. So we didn't quite know where to go, and there weren't that many rugby clubs in North London, but it just so happened that 2-3 miles up the road from where we were living was Saracens, who at the time I think ran 9 teams, something like that. It's an extraordinary number. And they were the closest club, so we went there. And that was that. I stayed for 20 years.
What position did you play?
Hooker, but I wanted to be a scrum half. And in my final game for that, I thought scrum half looked a lot more fun, but I wasn't good enough. And my desire to be in the team at player level was far stronger than my desire to be a scrum half. So I thought, no, I'll stay where I am. But my last game for St Peter's Youth, which is the under-19 team, that you know, the last age group team before you went to the seniors. My last game, they let me play scrum half. I just like to say I scored 2 tries that afternoon, but there we are.